Alright, welcome back to Hearts, Fire, and 4, Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of Colombia. And here we go. Final moments before we... Oh, we're not going to be able to annex. I'm just going to be able to reduce autonomy. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to lose bureaucratic drain. We'll get a ton of political power. I can go ahead and justify war goals with Honduras here. Go ahead and start that. That'll give us access to Guatemala and then Belize. And the reason, not just for the steel, I have to get this rubber. And a border with Mexico. But anyway, that's for later. Movements we need to make now are related to our border with Brazil here. Need to watch some of this stuff. I think our autonomy... Yeah, so I'll be able to drop that to a puppet fairly quickly. Keep working on some of these advances. Get forts maxed for what our tech level is. Oh, wrong button. Alright, let's go ahead and click that down. So Nicaragua and Costa Rica are getting there. And invest in some more nuclear plants. We have no debt. It's pretty nice. We're actually positive, but barely. So we need 10 trillion, right? GDP for the next research, and then this just needs to be 60,000 GDP per capita. I think we're going to hit that first. We'll definitely get 60,000 GDP per capita. Don't see that being a problem. Not at all. Not even a little bit. Not even 100 million population. That's crazy. Also, who's the president of Mexico? This guy. Enrique Peña Nieto. Why is that name familiar? Mitt Romney was not the president, man. Okay, so you got the war with Russia. The northern flank, they are getting pushed back now up by Finland. Estonia and Latvia are still at stalemate. Looks like Poland's stalled. The UK has invaded from the Ukrainian, what would that be? The Caucasus regions. And has basically swung the whole war by themselves. Yeah, one trapped unit here is dead. Oh, and look at the US. I'm sure, right? Japan? What? They made the East faction. And they are independently at war with Russia? And then you... Sorry, never mind. You have the East and a bunch of other states that are at war with no reason to be. This is crazy. What is Russia doing? I mean, they haven't... I mean, the total fielded manpower is insane. Russia's not going to win that. That's a lost war for them. Well, I guess part of Russia will be Chinese. What's gonna happen is this is gonna be NATO split, and then China's gonna invade. If real life is any indicator, Japan and China, they're not gonna go have a good time with Japan being on the border of China. And what do we have in Libya? Still fighting? Yeah. Wild times. That was not what I wanted. There we go. So we're building through it. We are building through all our problems. What do we got? Plenty of political power for our problems. I have only slight corruption. I should go down to negative. Or not negligible. Ah, I didn't even read it. I just like glanced. And that happened in my brain. That's crazy. I guess we're Catholic. Western Christian. Okay. I don't know what. Yeah, remove as many as possible. Let's get stability. I feel like timing wise, this should align with like the 2020 goal. Production, how's that going? Making plenty. Making plenty of gains. Good. And we get that equipment research. I don't know what happened there. Can I assign? I guess not. Something weird's gonna go down there. I don't know what I clicked. Doesn't matter because it's gonna get replaced very quickly. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and train all the units. You know what I just realized? I didn't add my tag on this. I don't know when I did this. I'm just gonna change the name. It was before the airborne. That's all I know. I would probably need to update it. So Costa Rica. Very close to being puppeted. Okay. This is Nicaragua. Now we'll see what happens. Yeah, because I don't know. I don't know how this is going to play. It's going to be very weird. Let's see. That's Honduras. This would be... Right? Yeah, so I would need it there. So here. All right, so let me bump those up. I didn't mean to bump the other one. I didn't mean that. That didn't need to be. Bumped too much up. Yeah. Doctrines. I still have land doctrines I need to choose. Let's see. Non-commissioned officer training. Gives you attack speed bonuses. Gives you a health bonus. This gives you starting levels of new army leaders. Officer training every day. When our office. Oh. You can do both. Oh. Health bonus. Experience soldier loss is too. I gotta take that. You see, high tech. What does this give? Reconnaissance and land night attack. Low tech. No. What you want here is this. Division speed. I need to research comsats very badly. Oh, okay, we're not even. That's crazy. I'm gonna do fire support. Mobile equipment is insane. You get attack heli bonuses, division speed, org loss when moving changes. Yeah, that's org loss when moving of minus 35% if it's additive. This mobile equipment is too strong. I have to go for that. Entrenchment, experienced soldier loss. Still gonna go with the sword. Yeah, attrition is bad. Bad news. Alright, Costa Rica is in the final stages, so I have plenty of like political power. I have a free factory? How in the world do I have a free factory? That does not make sense. Um, let's go ahead and yeah, we're gonna work on Central America more. And then I guess office sectors would be fine because they're bordering the water. Yep, that's what I'm going to go with. We'll just let that roll through. I should have a war deck up right now as well. The 2nd of October, so 3 months. We'll have a small war deck here. That'll put me next to Guatemala. Canada is airbase access with them. No, let's go ahead and start the war deck process with Guatemala. I don't know if we'll make it, but I gotta try. And hopefully Honduras is 2 sections so I can annex the closer one to base my operations out of. Otherwise, that might be troublesome, is how I'm gonna put it. And logistics wise, what are we're just, yeah. Shortages everywhere. Okay. Bahrain. Bad things are happening. Combat foreign influence. Yep. Like if I was the cartel leader, I would definitely take over all the rest of the nations that had cartel stuff in it and unify it. Why not? You're already the bad guy. Like definitely on a moral not even a gray area, just negative morality at that point. So you might as well. Let's go ahead and move up the Costa Rican ones. And what else can I make? Yeah, I already did forts, right? Naval base, I guess I could. Nuclear? Can't do nuclear, but can I do oil? I could do oil. I don't want to do oil, but I could. Go ahead and bump one more thing up. This, yeah, they're fighting back. Okay. Yeah, so it's going to be purely based on building whether or not this finishes. Hmm. Let's see. back to 400 nuclear fuel, so let's go ahead and get that again. Got plenty of power. I say that. May not. It just feels like I do. Alright. Not 150 yet. I need that at 150. Where's our doctrine? These are training. They're just not fast. Yeah, because I want mobile equipment. That is the grand doctrine of choice. Ooh, that's gonna be good. Then how close am I to that 60,000 GDP per capita? Not very. What? We actually passed the global average for productivity somehow. I have no idea how that worked. That's crazy. Guess I could have moved aircraft. No, they're already in the region. Never mind. We do have air superiority. Huh. I guess I could have just not been terrible. That would have worked too. Alright, so it's 2017, August. October should be the date of our justification for war. Brazil. What do I know about you? You've got a lot of things. A lot of ships. A lot of planes. I don't have a lot of planes. Kinda need to rush that. Here's our research. We get mid-air refueling. So that'll be great for when I need to build long-range fighters and heavy lift aircraft so that we can start doing expansionary movements into the ocean. $120 research speed. That's pretty cool. How fast this is going. It doesn't seem like it's going fast at all. Very slow. Dear God, it's slow. Yeah, I could get rid of the corruption and I still think I'd get enough political power gain to make it back up to 300 before I needed to annex. That's how slow that's going. Alright, well, at least we have a war coming up. Oh, attacking Mexico would be nice. Look at this. You just go whoop, right there. And then right here. And that cuts their supply lines to this entire northern area. Do they have a naval base? They do have a naval base, though. And the next naval base is here. That's wild. The wild choice on their part. Oh, a US military base. Interesting. This is getting very interesting, at least from my perspective. Maniacal laughter. I'm totally gonna get it. Where I now can have my boats go as far as possible. .9. Let's check how much independence we have now. I bet it's fairly high. Yeah, so 50%. So it should go, well, 45, but should go to 2. So we're still 5% under the goal. It's a GDP per capita thing for us, or just raw GDP and then pop. And nice. 7's okay. Still not an economic boom though. We're losing 2 political power a turn because of suppressed subjects, and I still have 3.8, 3.4. Sorry, not the worst thing, and it's still gonna go higher. But we'll be able to do some influence gains pretty quick. Yeah, look at these mechanized forces. These are more threatening than these in a jungle. I don't know why they would do that to themselves. Training is working. 2020 is approaching fast. Let's go ahead and work on the cloning. I actually have to spend political power. Okay, let's do that. Alright, good. Honduras, not guaranteed. I didn't really think about the fact I was still training in any of that. But we are. Let's go ahead and engage. I'll move as appropriately as needed. Yeah, as we swing around, we're in a good spot. Looks like we're just gonna split them though. What an interesting movement choice. I would think they would just want to entrench, but that is not their plan. That's wild. All right, let's go ahead and do missile experimentations. Nope. Experimental engines it is. Crazy. And that's going to be all she wrote. 2025. We did early research there. I want to go ahead and unlock the carriers and all that jazz. So let's go with that. Stealth frigates. That's actually nice. Honduran capitulation. The Highlands is fine. And then let's puppet the Caribbean. Or do the opposite. Hold up. Let's do the opposite. Perfect. Submit it. This tiny little gap to work with here. But I have supply. I have the supplies now. Not the button I want. There we go. Go ahead and line that right there. Our offensive maneuver is just to take that whole thing. Perfection. Yeah, keep giving me embrayers. I don't know why you're not. Keep giving me your planes. If you're gonna give me your equipment, please do. Not stop. Oh, we're over halfway. Nice. Let's see. I can make this faster. Let's do that. Not ideal, but it is one way to make it faster. Build some of these power plants that I don't want. Who knows how many we'll actually build. What? Foreman has been approached by movie producer. I don't want to do that. Yeah, so let's keep going. Yeah, so we're now in North America. Like, we've got, like, when we passed the Darien Gap, we really were in North America, right? Now we're really in North America. Like, there's no denying that. Go ahead and add that guy into the group. Still not. I mean, I guess we have over 100 million in pop. I just got to integrate them all. So still working on Costa Rica though. When is our war with Guatemala here? November 3rd of the next year, so a full year before I can get a dedicated supply of rubber effectively. Good to know. All right, we're going to go for medium airframes. And we're going to do that so that we can build long-range strike craft or air superiority or whatever we're going to need. Multi-role, I guess, would be better as far as a descriptor. Go ahead and get these guys some attack promotions. And get them training again. Oh, we have plenty. Let's get the equipment doctrine. Mobile equipment. Perfect. We'll just sit with what we got there in case we need to edit some division templates. I mean, in case. We really do. We really need to edit everything, but... Alright, got a lot of different equipment from taking over or capturing some of the other players on the field. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Oh yeah, and you can see our rail lines being built too. Working out. Alright. Honduras is going to automatically drop. Nicaragua is going to be a problem. They're not even an autonomous region yet. I'm going to go ahead and try and reduce their autonomy. Okay. December 3rd. I think we're a little bit behind where I want to be, though. Yeah, because I'm not going to have the jets to have a full-on conflict with Brazil or Mexico. Well, maybe Mexico if they only have 50 jets. If that's true, that's very viable. They have 1,000. It's insane. It's demoralizing if that's true. Yeah, and our power situation being at 16% over new, like, break even is okay, but it's not like the best. I clicked on a foot infantry. The game is freaking out, though. Oh, that's not good. That's a crash, right? Maybe, maybe not. Oh, it looks like it played through. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and add 20 more divisions. All right, so we queued up 20 divisions. I think logistically I should have every... Nope, don't have enough helis. Hmm. I was very close to having enough. It's actually pretty cool that I was that close. Yeah, because should I throw those into an army group? I don't think I am. I think I'm going to put those as a... Well, no, I think I am actually. I'm going to make them their own army group and I'm going to use them in this gap. And we're about to finish. Oh, yeah. I'm going to wait to annex Costa Rica for the end of the episode. Yeah, because if they're building jets, which it seems like they are, and Mexico is not, which it seems like that's what's happening. That's a huge difference. But anyway, I can go ahead and start recruiting agents too. We'll start working on our spy agency. I'm going to need that in the next 2 years for these bigger wars. Go ahead and throw her here. Let's see what we can find out about Mexico's Air Force and Army. Yeah, if this is true, this is ridiculous. That being true, I'm taking over Mexico. I don't know what the AI is doing. How's the war? Ooh. Ooh. I mean, I would have thought they would have made more progress than that already. Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia have fought back. Especially Lithuania. The UK is doing UK things. And Norway actually pushed this gap. Every time I try and push that gap, I always lose. Like, Russia always wins up there. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like terrain bonuses or something. It just never goes how I want it. Let's decommission all these other random infantry. I'm going to swap these into our division type. And throw that in this group. All right. So that's going to be the end of this episode. Let me get rid of these production tasks. Look and see where we're at in the ledger. Okay. Economy wise, the US has hit 30 trillion in GDP. Well, we're falling behind at basically tied with Turkey at 5.9 trillion. All right, territory. United States, Russia, the UK, because they're attacking Russia. We're actually bigger than Ukraine now. Slightly smaller than Brazil. Brazil still has way more civilian industry than us. But the gap has closed. And then what's Honduras? Okay, and then logistically, just to see what we've got in the stockpiles. Don't really have too many spare pieces of equipment this run. We've been pretty much using everything we've ever made. Just getting used immediately. Which is good. It's more efficient that way. Because we're even capturing stuff and we don't have any extras or spares. So, anyway, I'll catch everyone on the next episode. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one.